What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you yet another one of my gameplay commentaries. This time it is a replay sent in from Prodigy, who apparently thought I would forget about him. Yeah, like that would ever happen. Just let's be honest, people. A lot of times I don't forget who you are. Okay, it happens every now and again, but if you've sent in multiple replays, chances are pretty good I'll remember you. And I know Prodigy has. So anyway, he's playing the 1375 on a tier 7 battle. I call it a tier 7 battle because there's only one tier 8 per team. Not really a tier 8 match, if you get what I'm saying. And I think you do. Now the enemy team does have a slight advantage with one more tier 7 tank. And his Prodigy's team actually gets saddled with a tier 4 scout, unfortunately. So they even have one less tier 6. Well, technically, two less tiers. No, I digress. You know what I mean, though. They have one less tier 7 and they're stuck with a tier 4 instead of a tier 6. So clearly they are at a disadvantage, but it is an encounter battle on El Haluf, which I don't know if I'm saying that right at all, but it's not really that important. Let's face facts there, people. So the 1375 on the enemy team doing a very typical move that you see, which is as a light tank, as a smaller scout vehicle, to rush the capture point and try to hide and get points for his team. And Prodigy doing his best to shoot this enemy vehicle, and doing actually a decent job at it, but the horrible depression of the French gun coming into effect, and oh my goodness, Prodigy getting a bit of a beating there, but clearly he is still alive and fine for the most part. Now a tier 6 vehicle on the enemy team, a Cromwell, not really that much of a threat. Now if you'll forgive me, I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here, saying I'm not looking forward to my 1375. I currently have the 12 ton, but from just plain looking at the stats, the 1375 has the same gun with, slightly improved statistics, but it's still the same damage and penetration. So it's got really bad penetration and damage for a tier 7 vehicle. And not only that, you're kind of saddled with this less than awesome damage dealing capability. Now, that more or less means you have to play the 1375 in a scout capacity, but really Prodigy here playing it more as a sniper, doing some passive scouting, hiding in this bush, and he already got himself shot a little, but he's doing okay for himself. That 1375 on the enemy team got himself killed if you weren't paying attention earlier, and the ARL killing that Cromwell, so the enemy team not doing too hot for themselves at the moment. 2-1, the enemy team having lost a tier 6 and a tier 7. They can come back, but it's certainly going to be an uphill battle from this point on. Prodigy possibly going to get himself shot some more. He's certainly in an exposed position, hoping that the bushes will save him from being spotted, and he may or may not be right in that case. But once he fires his gun, it's a pretty good chance he will be lit up. So we'll see exactly how well he is going to hide here. He's kind of zooming around, looking at how well the bushes are hiding his tank, trying to reposition himself a little bit better to where he is hidden better. But once you fire your gun, that muzzle flash really does give away your position a lot. It breaks your camo quite significantly. So we'll see how much he is actually concealed. Actually, right now it looks like he might be doing some repositioning. Yes, he is, to further behind the bushes, making it so he's not spotted as much. I'm not quite sure why he's moving around as much as he is, honestly. Maybe getting a little bit antsy, trying to find the best way to position himself. But the enemy team currently catching up by one vehicle here. It is 3-2 now. It was 3-1 not too long ago. And now it is even. So teams looking pretty... yeah, I mean, there's no significant losses for either team. 2 tier 6s, a tier 6. Prodigy's team having lost their tier 4. So no one's going to cry over that. Let's be honest. It's not a significant hindrance that his team no longer has it. The Tiger on the enemy team thinking he's going to do some pushing up the center here, hiding a bit behind that rock, but he is still exposed to the vehicles up in the northern quadrant, the 1-2 area. His KV-1S also exposing himself, clearly having the larger caliber, higher penetration, high damage gun on that KV-1S. The downside, longer reload, but in my opinion, it's better to do a lot of damage in one hit because you can play that very well if you know what you're doing. Just pop out a corner, take a shot, and then fall back and retreat. It's a very tried and true tactic, which you will see played so many times in World of Tanks, more often than you will see tanks just going at it, brawling out in the open, where a rate of fire will come in handy more than a damage per shot. But this Tiger, huge difference. This Tiger really not doing too well for himself, probably going to get himself killed in no time at all. There we go, Tiger dying to artillery apparently. This IS charging up the center, thinking it's a good idea. Clearly he will find out very shortly it is not. He has multiple tanks firing at him, shells landing all around him, and he, for a second I believed he was just tracked. But right here, I think it might be possible that Prodigy's kind of waiting for him to not be pointing his gun at him. I think he's waiting for a shot so that he doesn't suffer the 390 damage. And now here we go. The IS no longer aiming his gun at him, and Prodigy taking advantage of that and clearly seeing that gun reorient towards him and backing up in an attempt to hide a little bit better. There we go. One shot. And let's see if there's one more there. Nope, he's repositioned his gun. That IS is no longer visible, and with good reason. That IS is booking it. Probably not going to survive, however. There we go. Kill number 1 for Prodigy. He hasn't been too lucky in kills at this point, but his team is ahead by 1 kill, so we'll see exactly how well things go at this point. It's still anyone's match, and there we go. 2 tank difference now. The gap ever widening. Why could I not say that word? I don't know. Might have something to do with the fact I'm doing multiple replays back to back. Yeah, my voice kind of gets tired. So, enough excuses, more commentating. The T-25 looking like he's gonna get himself killed very quickly there. I have no idea why those heavy tanks are holding up. They are just being a bunch of little pussy willows and not wanting to push on that hill when they clearly have a vast advantage. They could easily overrun that T-25, though that IS has plenty of good reason. He only has 31 HP left, so, oh wow, I cannot tell how much health that Tiger has, but that one of those Tigers clearly has enough health where he could have pushed that hill with no problem at all. So they finally take the hill, still only maintaining a 2-tank lead. That M41 killing one of those Tigers apparently, and the enemy team still having their low, which has yet to be spotted. I don't think I've seen it once this match. Right now we see Prodigy's team really. Wow, I did not realize they had that strong of a push in the south as well. And the gap closing here, only 8-7 at this point, and it is anyone's match. I see this really could go either way. I think that other heavy tank is the low. 9-7, that low probably still at full health, making him a very dangerous threat. Yes, he is. That 1375 is no match for a low by himself, but I think Prodigy's going to come up and give him a little bit of help. Hopefully the two of them can swarm around basically a heavier vehicle, and it'll be more like piranhas swarming some sort of beast in the water. I don't know what beasts normally get swarmed by piranhas. Deer, I guess. Well, there's no deer in the Amazon. What kind of animal in the Amazon will get swarmed by piranhas? That's a good question, but don't answer it. You don't have to anyway. I mean, if you feel like commenting, putting a comment in on that, I mean, you can, I guess. This Tiger, I think this Tiger is a bot. Clearly a bot. Unfortunate for the enemy team. Honestly, if it wasn't for that Tiger being a bot, I think the enemy team would have had this match. At least they would have had a much better shot at this match. I mean, it's only a 2-tank difference at this point. A lot of the tanks on Prodigy's team are hurting, and it's players like this bot, this Tiger, that really ruin matches, that make your team lose when they would have otherwise had a decent chance at winning. I mean, the enemy team still has a decent chance at winning despite this horrible person. And yes, if you bot, you are a horrible person. I'm just going to say that, and oh my goodness, Prodigy better GTFO if he does not want to get himself dead. That is all that I think he turned that corner, and he probably had a bit of a oh my god moment there as he realized just what the enemy team had waiting for him. And clearly the enemy team knew he was there. I think that Tiger kind of, even though he is botting, did some passive scouting, exposing his position. Now, Prodigy only has premium shells loaded left, which means he does have significantly more penetration. I do believe it's 202, so he is capable of hurting things a lot more. This Hellcat, however, gonna try to take a shot on him, clearly missing, and going to get himself shot here. This Hellcat, oh, that's exactly what Prodigy needed. I was going to say this Hellcat certainly capable of being shot and killed within one salvo of Prodigy's clip, but this SU-152 also very much hurt, possibly going to get himself killed. If Prodigy can just manage to get the shot off, there we go. Now, for those of you who did not catch it, that SU-152 looked like he was using the derp, which would have meant the end for Prodigy more likely than not. Prodigy deciding to conserve his ammo for more valid threats, such as the low, leaving that Tiger to other teammates of his, such as that Tiger tank back there. Now, for those of you who haven't played the Tiger, it gets plenty of shells. It has so many shells loaded, you are never in danger of running out, so you're free to load several types of different shells. You can have tons of HE, premium, and AP shells and still be fine. I don't think you'll ever be in any danger of running out of ammo. There we go, the Tiger killing the Tiger, and Prodigy hopefully going to be able to do some damage to this low wherever he is. The capture point now under assault by Prodigy's team, and the low realizing he might have to do something about that. Tiger coming up on Prodigy 6 o'clock, but there is a Tiger coming to assist Prodigy as well. Hopefully the two of them will be able to double team, and we'll see exactly how that goes. But that Tiger is, with, I would say, more likely than not, outside the range of Prodigy's ability to kill him. Unfortunately, Tiger killing a Tiger. And there's artillery, exactly the thing Prodigy was looking for. Missing its shot, and it is going to be a 1 and a 2 and dead. There we go. Artillery dead. Prodigy down to 4 shells. Clearly not going to be able to do all that much anymore, except for maybe hassle this low. Honestly, if I was Prodigy, I'd be hanging back a little more, waiting for my teammates to help me. Maybe even take a right turn here and go for that Tiger. But instead, he is going for the beast itself. The low, the lion, hopefully gonna do something to hurt it, but he will not be able to kill it. That is a guaranteed, unless he gets an ammo rack, which he is aiming for the fuel, it looks like at the moment. I do not believe that is where the ammo is loaded. And now he's completely out of ammo and running for his life. That low is more likely than not gonna shut. Yep, I was going to say more likely than not going to kill him because, not going to kill him. That is what I was trying to say. The low's average damage is 320. Sorry, I'm tripping over my tongue. I need to take a breather here, people. Whew! And his team will win by capture, it seems. The low being the last remaining vehicle. Honestly, low, you kind of seem like you did not assist your team that much. You played very conservatively, and I would say too conservatively. Honestly, you look like you could have done a lot more. Not a single kill for you. Whereas Prodigy here, 4 kills, but very well played by him, using all his ammo. Sure, he tried to snipe with some of it and missed quite a few of those shots. But honestly, he fired 36 shots, and he hit 31. So only missing 5 shots, which could have, let's face it, his average damage is 135. If he had those 5 shots, he could have killed that low. Just saying, but missed shots are just part of the game as well. So it's unavoidable, I suppose. Very well played by Prodigy, however. For those of you wondering, he did get Sniper with 36 shots fired and 31 hitting the target. Clearly not all of them hitting for damage. You saw those bounces as much as I did. And additionally, he did get Mastery Badge Ace Tanker this match. Getting some capture points in there certainly helping. Dealing nearly 3,000 points of damage, 2,700 something. And earning with premium like 2,300 something experience. So very impressive match in a 1375. Kind of getting rid of my notions that the 1375, while using the same gun that the AMX 12-ton has, which honestly I think it's a crap gun. It's a horrible gun. And I much prefer my T71 with its 170 something penetration and higher damage, 150 average damage. I do love my T71, I will say that much. But I'm sure I'll do fine in the 1375. As Prodigy just showed us, it is possible to do well in it. So thank you, Mr. Prodigy, for sending in this replay. If you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you got a replay, check the description for instructions on how to submit. Thanks for watching, and this has been Spang. I am signing off.